Well, greetings, YouTube. LMS Tactical here again. I finished the last video and I turn on the radio, satellite radio. I'm listening to POTUS Radio. I don't know how I got on that channel.
Not an online presence to understand the daily online vituperation.
And you wouldn't believe what I just heard. And I'll paraphrase it. But these guys, I literally can't believe it. I mean, why am I shocked? These guys are throwing out a hypothesis that perhaps the very shooting that I just talked about in my last video, the Annapolis, Maryland shooting at the newspaper Capital Gazette, perhaps that was a result of President Trump bad-mouthing the press, and that has given a signal to somebody to, you know, or given the okay for them to go out and do something like that. Can you believe this? I mean, this is how these liberals, this is how they spin shit. And I've never even heard of this station, but I'm going to tell you right now, these are liberal pricks. These people are so dangerous. You know, I mean, here I heard on the news today that the police chief saying that this was a targeted shooting of a guy that had a personal beef that they were well aware of for a long time based on, you know, multiple Twitter threats. And a detective had been assigned to it and had gone out and done the interviews. This is absolutely not some random let's go kill the press shooting. This was a beef that this asshole had with that particular newspaper that published an article about him stalking somebody, you know. And they're going to spin this into an anti-Trump thing. And if you want to play that game, you liberal fucks, pardon my French, I blame it. If we're going to blame this on somebody, why not blame it on Maxine Waters, that old sea hag that's out there telling everybody, get in their face when you see them pumping their gas. Is that Maxine Waters that did that? I think so. If you see them pumping their gas, she's talking about people that work for President Trump, any of the staff people, you know, Sarah Huckabee, all these people that are citizens and have all the rights of protection that all of us have. But if you see them pumping their gas, if you see them out there trying to get a taco at Taco Bell, if you see them trying to get a Big Mac with cheese, if you see them at the Colonel Sanders trying to get a chicken wing, if you see them at Wendy's looking for the beef, get in their face. Get on your phone and call them all. Get a millet, get a soul, get a group. Get an army. Don't give them no peace. We must take it back. You know, this is the liberal fucking tactic. And then you get these other liberals going, Maxine Waters didn't advocate any violent. Really? Surrounding somebody, an innocent citizen at a gas pump, calling in reinforcements to sit there and heckle them and to get in their face. That's not a recipe for violence? Really? And you hear these people on MSNBC and CNN, because I listen to these assholes. You know, she never advocated violence, and what she's talking about is the right to protest. It's not against the law. Really? Maxine Waters was yelling, no, they're gonna get no sleep because they want you to find out their addresses and stand outside their house and protest. Okay, so let me get this right. Fucking liberals, man. So if I don't like my neighbor and I get 20 people to go stand out there at 2 o'clock in the morning and yell, you're an asshole, you're an asshole, you're an asshole, you don't think he's going to call the police and you don't think I'm breaking any laws? What kind of fucking idiots are on the left that don't understand the concept of a nation of laws and what's right and what's wrong? You know, when you protest, man, you get a permit to protest and you go out and you get your signs and you stand on this corner and you protest. But you think that you can just surround a fucking free citizen at a place of business and start... That's going to lead to violence. Let me tell you something, man. Everything that the left has done lends itself toward anarchy, whether it's tearing down statues, beating the shit out of people with a Trump hat on. Yeah, but what about the guy that got punched in the face at the Trump rally? They got like 2 examples of fucking anomalies they can pull out of their ass. Yeah, a girl got ran over by a car. Like I said, you got two incidents, but I can't even list the amount of shit that's gone on in fucking Berkeley and on and on and on, and all the violence of the left and the Antifa fucking idiots and all these liberals that are literally pushing us toward a civil war because they can't handle the fact that even though they had complete control of the media, the propaganda machine, the mainstream media propaganda machine, apparently had deep state assholes working for the fucking FBI, and God knows how many more are in there that we don't know about. They had control of all of the fucking facilities to guarantee a victory by that fucking psychotic killer Clinton, and they still lost because they underestimated the amount of fucking conservatives in this country and law-abiding citizens and people that want nations with borders. They can't fucking accept that. So now they're trying to advocate fucking, we're gonna, you know, yell at people, scream at people, fucking cause all kinds of violence, do away with ICE, blah, blah, blah. It's unbelievable, man. You know, the liberalism is seriously a mental disorder without any exaggeration. I swear to God, man. I had another thought, but I thought I just felt my brakes going out. You know, what do you guys think, man? I mean, these people, it's funny because they talk about the violence and racism of the fucking conservatives. They talk about how the Tea Party was, I just heard one the other day talk about how the Tea Party was so violent. Do you guys remember the days of the Tea Party when they accused the Tea Party of causing all this violence? Yet the Tea Party, every time the Tea Party went somewhere, they picked up their litter. There was no violence, no nothing. But every time you get more than 2 liberals in one area, you end up with somebody getting hurt. You know? They literally project their own fucking racism and their own hatred onto the fucking right. And it's going to have a bad ending. It's like I said on Twitter the other night. If you're not following me, it's at Airborne, A-I-R-B-O-R-N-E, at Airborne80. Follow me on Twitter, man. I get pretty crazy at night on Twitter. And I come up with some pretty cool tweets. So if you're not following me, do it. But it's like I was saying up there, man. I have a fucking strong feeling that if, God forbid, we ever get pushed into violence, like national violence, the left versus the right, I have a bad feeling that the left is in for a big fucking awakening and a terrible shock. I don't think they realize who they're fucking with. Because if you look at all the liberal groups, the Antifa, the Maxine Waters crowd, these are the weakest, mentally and physically, the weakest specimens on the planet. All of them. The Antifa little turds that run around, they take off their horn-rimmed glasses and put a mask on. All of these fucking liberal and socialist scumbags are absolutely the weakest, most pathetic fucking bottom feeders on the planet. And they have no fucking clue what it would be like going up against violence perpetrated against the right. All of my friends are on the right, man, and I know what they're capable of. Wouldn't be pretty. But I hope it doesn't come to that. But anyways, what do you guys think? That's my rant. LMS Tactical. Happy Friday. I'm out.